Welcome back to another fucking retard episode of Serial Killers and Chill with Sarah and Jackass.
I'm the jackass.
I think they figured that out. You see, he thinks you guys are challenged. Because we can't say the R word anymore.
That's the first thing you said when we opened up the video.
Was it? I did. Shame on me for not being PC.
Anyways.
We're going to go ahead and do another movie review due to, we had a bit of technical difficulty with our last video. We're short on time because some of us want to take vacations this next weekend. Just saying. Alright. Anyway, what was the movie?
Alright, so again, this one is on Shudder. This wasn't.
No, it was not.
On
you
Shudder,
rented it from Prime.
I ended up purchasing it, actually. I purchased it off of Prime.
We get to watch that shit again.
So it was originally on Shudder, but when we went back to find it, found out it's not on there anymore, so I found it on Prime. Thankskilling. And if any of you, I'm sure some of you have seen, it's the giant turkey head on the
It's a
cover.
ham puppet, bitch. It's a fucking ham puppet.
This movie is great. So,
It was released December 8th of 2008, directed by Jordan Downey.
Yeah.
And a budget of
$3,500.
That, for the rest of you, is $3,500. And this film is like one of the best campy
they
films.
Used every bit of it. It's freaking great. So the movie,
we literally just completed watching this not too long ago, so we're still a little bit on the giggly highs.
So it starts out boob scene.
Gratuitous nudity immediately.
First thing that pops up is a zoom in on a freaking nipple. It's hilarious. Like we're both like, waiting for the movie to start, and then it's just
BAM! Nipple.
And this girl gets chased down. It's time in 1671.
Yeah, 1671.
During the first Thanksgiving. And before even opening credits happen, there's the gratuity. There's
you get gratuitous nudity.
Bitch tripping.
Yes, only this one didn't trip over nothing. She tripped over a rock.
She actually hit a rock.
This bitch had a reason to trip.
And then the cheesy catchphrase.
Oh, I can't.
From the turkey.
What was?
The turkey can talk.
The turkey comes out and throws out this nice tits, bitch.
And then she gets hatcheted. Now, how this turkey can pick up or even hold a hatchet, don't ask. When you watch the movie, you'll see.
You're gonna ask that a lot through the movie. If you hadn't already seen it, you were gonna ask that a lot through the movie. Like, how the fuck did a turkey do that?
It was awesome.
Oh, absolute cliche.
And then it goes into the opening scene where it's the typical high school or college.
Yeah.
Kids.
It's
5 of them.
It's very, I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Setup,
all those typical like late 90s teen movies.
Yes. And they have a person for every role, just like they did in those movies. You've got your jock.
Atypical.
Yep, you got your jock, you've got your redneck, you've got your slut, you've got your nerd, and then you've got your smart person, which is in this case the chick.
Oh, no, you have your prude and then you have your nerd.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like, the jock isn't just a jock. He's the I could have been jock because he got injured.
Yes.
The redneck is...
Billy.
Yeah.
I remember Billy because hillbilly.
Yeah.
And he's your typical big old belly, nothing strong about him. He's just all giggles and wiggles.
Think, for any of you who have seen it, the fuck's the name of that football movie? Oh, think Billy Bob.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember the name of the movie all of a sudden.
No.
I don't know. I got stoner brain.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Absolutely hilarious. The slut is total bimbo.
oh yeah, and they have her played off the entire movie. Like,
Oh.
I'm gonna jump ahead real quick. There's a scene where their vehicle breaks down. Smoke is coming out from under the hood. He pops the hood, and she comes over and goes, "Do you think we got a flat?"
Yeah.
And Tara and I are looking at each other like, she plays it so well. Like,
But the acting.
oh
The
god.
acting was horrific. But you could tell it was purposefully.
Yes.
The whole thing was a mockery
Yes.
of teen horror flicks and shit like that.
And then you've got the turkey himself. The way that the turkey's introduced, it only comes around every 505 years.
Yeah, 505.
And he's 510 years old in the movie.
So he was he had been on the planet 5 years.
And then was taken out.
Yeah.
And the way he comes into the world is from a dog pissing on its grave.
Yeah. Okay, so you see this Indian totem. I always mess up something.
Yeah, huh? Indian totem is what she was.
And this dog,
Flashy.
pees on this totem,
And then lightning strikes, the whole sky thing.
and this foul-mouthed freaking turkey comes busting out of the ground.
And continues to get peed on, like its mouth opens up and he's like, all this. And then the dog looks, makes the, like, swallow noise. And then the turkey kills the dog.
Yeah, yeah.
And then that's when you get the old man.
There's even a joke a little bit later on about an axe. Flashy wants to axe you a question.
Yes. Oh my god. And again, this turkey can talk. And what's crazy is that throughout the movie, the people don't look at it as a turkey.
No, they treat it like
It's
a
a human.
person.
Yeah. Excuse me.
It's ridiculous.
It's so funny.
There are so many scenes throughout this entire movie, starting with a scene between the sheriff and his wife.
Oh yeah, the daughter calls because they're going on a road trip to go visit family members for
Thanksgiving. Instead of your usual, they're on spring break and yeah.
So
they open to this scene, and the sheriff, decked out in his sheriff gear, sporting his shiny stars, gets a cup of coffee from his wife, who looks disgruntled. I mean, this woman, she is like Karen disgruntled.
Yeah.
And he takes a sip out. He goes, "This tastes like shit. What did you shit in it?"
And she turns around with the pot and goes, "Matter of fact, I did."
And there's these turds floating in there. And then she goes, "I want a divorce."
Very much in that voice too. "I want a divorce." Freaking hilarious. So he's on the phone with the daughter, and he goes, "Are you coming out? Yada yada."
Can't wait to see you
And
kind of
at the end he goes, "Oh, and your stepmom left me again," and then hands up the phone.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's all that's mentioned. That's as far as it goes. There's even a cartoon sequence, much like with Lamageddon.
Yes.
And the cartoon it's hilarious.
When they're explaining about the story about the turkey.
Yeah, it's the history lesson.
The Indian that created this turkey, this voodoo turkey.
And it turns out it's the fat hillbilly kid, or redneck kid.
That's related.
Yeah, he's a descendant.
Somehow. And they don't really go off of that at all through the movie, they just kind of mention it. But, so the turkey then is trying to find these 5 college kids for some reason, because they end up finding them in the woods.
Yeah.
There's this woods scene.
Oh my god.
We're going to leave that for you guys, because that woods scene is...
The rabbit. Leave it there.
That's so funny. Anyways, so the turkey's having to find these kids. Well, they're all back in their town. And so another thing is that they all live in the same town, yet neither one of them know where each other lives.
Yeah. Well, and they all happen to drive out together like they're buddy-buddy, but one of them makes note later on of, "I made really good friends."
The nerd.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he wasn't...
No, it was the jock.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
No, the nerd did that, said that he was a cool kid when the Billy was dying.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where it's like...
Oh, what do you call it? This is a spoiler video, by the way, of the show, because I said Billy died. So.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Spoiler.
So, but it's like the jock dude sits there and says, you know, I made really good friends, and I'm sitting there thinking, bitch, were you all strangers coming out there, and you grew up in the same town, and you go to the same college?
Don't know. There's a couple questionable things in the movie.
It was like Real World in a Jeep.
Yeah. So the turkey is going to find him. He doesn't fly. No. He goes out onto the side of the road as his car is passing by and sticks his feather thumb. Car pulls over. Guy opens up the door and is basically like, hey, you need a ride? Give me a BJ for a ride.
No, he goes...
From the turkey, that's what he insinuates because...
Yeah, the guy says to the turkey, ass, gas, or grass.
Grass.
That's what I said.
Yeah. The turkey turns around and the guy's like checking out this turkey like it's a freaking hooker. Starts unzipping his pants and the turkey does something but then brings out this shotgun out of nowhere, or this rifle out of nowhere.
Where is he keeping these weapons?
And it does that throughout the whole movie. Kills that dude. So ends up finding
He hijacks the car.
Yeah, and drives away in his car.
How's he driving?
Alright, so turkey drives away in the vehicle. Don't know how he does it. He ends up finding the kids where they're at.
Yeah.
And so the first one he goes after is the slut.
Yeah, the bimbo slut.
In which there's a super funny scene that, and we're not going to tell you guys. There's a super funny scene that happens when the turkey gets there. Then he leaves. The friends go looking for her because they found out that the turkey's there because the jock's parents got killed. Go to her house. The jock comes out of the house holding a bloody feather and a bloody...
It's a condom wrapper that says, extra small.
Gravy flavored. I died.
Oh, he lost it.
I died.
He fucking lost it.
It was... The way that they said it in the scene, in the acting, I fucking lost it.
I mean, and they just kind of glazed over it, like no one thought anything of it. Just yeah.
So as they're just calmly talking outside this dead person's house, they think to themselves, "Hey, there might be a book on how to kill this turkey." And they even point out to say out loud that it's too late in the night that a library won't be open.
Yeah.
So the one chick's like, "Oh, my dad has a garage full of books. He'll probably have something on this." So they start heading to the sheriff's house. There's a super funny scene at the sheriff's house that we're gonna leave for you guys.
Yes.
We want you to watch this movie.
I really don't want to give. I want to, but at the same time, I respect you.
It's hilarious. So they start searching for this book. They actually find the book,
which is like 10 pages long,
and it's like black and says how to kill Thankskilling turkey or something like that.
Yeah, like the history of it or whatever.
And it's the typical. They have to, tie the turkey up. They have to say this demonic prayer backwards. Oh, they have to take off the.
Yeah, they got to remove the talisman.
Yes, and then
say the demonic prayer, which then removes the turkey's invincibility. And then they have to tie it up
and set it on fire.
And what was it? Burn it at the stake like a witch.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, skipping over a couple things, it also says in this book that if the turkey isn't out killing your friends, then he's in his hut, his teepee hut.
Yeah, he's in a teepee.
So they are just driving down some random road and finds this teepee hut, in which, mind you, when they get out of the truck and they go up to this teepee hut, it's a turkey. Stands about yay high.
A little taller than that.
Yes. This teepee hut is no taller than 6 feet.
At best.
The doorway, they actually were crouching, showing that they had to crouch to go into the doorway. When they enter into the hut, They literally all could.
Suddenly it's like 10 feet
They
tall.
could stand inside of it, and it still had room above it. Like all of a sudden, it was this huge ass
Shaquille
room.
O'Neal could stand comfortably in there.
Made absolutely no sense. So they end up. The old man shows up randomly, ends up shooting the turkey. They think it's dead, and it ends up when he shot him, it ends up
It like flew
flying
into this like what looked like
dumped,
a
trash
dumpster,
can.
a trash can.
Yeah. So then they have this weird like 5-minute scene where it's like
A totally useless scene.
conclusion of the movie.
You think the torture is over.
But wait.
There's more.
So they all decide that they're going to go back to the sheriff's house and watch a movie of the three of them, the geek, the jock, and the chick.
Meanwhile, there are all these dead bodies.
Everywhere.
And not one person thinks, dude,
We should totally call the police and report this.
No, they go back to the sheriff's house, which they know what happened to him, and they decide that they're going to watch the movie, which the movie was...
the original Night of the Living Dead by the great God George Motherfucking Romero.
Romero.
I was trying real hard to
I know.
not drop the F-bomb, and I thought "fluck" would be funny, but then it dawns on me we're talking about a turkey and not a chicken.
Hilarious.
My brain cells are having issues.
So, the scene was that the guy is sleeping,
Oh, yeah.
thinks that he hears the turkey, and he's like, well, the only way that the turkey would come back is if it landed somehow in radioactive material. Which they show that the turkey did land in radioactive material. And when you see the turkey again, it's the 1980s glowing radiation green all around this turkey.
We're talking, for anybody who's seen it, Tommy Knocker's neon green.
It's bright. Like, it's so bright you can't even see it's a fucking turkey anymore.
It's
So,
bad.
the chick ends up setting the turkey on fire. With,
She uses a spray paint can and a lighter.
And then takes a baseball bat and basically uses it as a golf club to hit this turkey like, I don't know, some odd 150 feet somehow out into this yard where there's this sticks that are neatly, conveniently stacked like a teepee hut, and the turkey hits it, catches the whole thing on fire, and so he's burning, screaming, yada yada.
Peck on someone else your own size.
Peck on somebody your own size is what her catchphrase was. So she's walking over to the fire, and I'm not even joking, you guys. This turkey leg pops out of the fire.
Fully cooked.
And she just picks it up. The old man shows up right next to her out of nowhere.
Just randomly, like,
And what does he say? Like,
he says, you did a good job.
She goes, I know.
she takes the turkey leg and bites into it with like vengeful, like, "Arr," and
It
does
was smoldering.
yeah, and just did this whole like facial expression like of pride, like she did it. Freaking hilarious.
She could have done a Popeye's chicken ad.
Oh, easily. The movie was great, guys. I'm giving it a 4 out of 5.
I'm saying 4 out of 5 as
Yeah.
well, especially since we know there's 2 more after it.
The rent on Prime was $3.99. To buy it was $9.99. I didn't check on Thankskilling 3 on how
They
much that was.
unfortunately don't have Thankskilling 2. We're not going to stop the search for it because I'm sorry.
I don't see it.
I had my dose of crack. I want a little more.
It's a damn good movie, guys.
Very, very good.
Worth watching.
Yes, definitely worth at least the rental price.
Yes.
I'm sure you might be able to find it on other viewing
Yeah,
sources
there's
for
like
free.
5 or 6 other platforms that you can watch it on.
I think you might be able to actually find it on, what was it, Hulu?
No, it was Vulu or Valo or whatever.
Voodoo.
Whatever that one is. We don't have that one.
Voodoo.
But anyways,
Yeah, so definitely, please, if you haven't seen it already, go check it out. It
great
is,
movie.
it's seriously, it's like late 90s campy at its greatest. It is fantastic. Purposefully made to be a piece of shit.
Awesome.
Oh.
So thank you guys. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Love every single one of you. And every one of you have absolutely pleasant nightmares.